Duncan Idaho is a legendary warrior, a noble guardian of the House of Atreides. His family he's sworn to protect. He's the samurai, he's the front line. He's trusted by the Duke and sent to Arrakis to be an ambassador for the Fremen. And at the root of it, he would do anything for Paul. He becomes this one-man army standing between this extraordinary young man and the dark forces sent to wipe out his bloodline forever.
Day one of stunts. Here we go.
Move. You're surprised he's up there.
Move.
Move down. That's a cut right there, and then you're pinning towards the wall. So this is the catch.
Here comes my big fight.
Set. Okay.
Slots. Flick the bottle.
Yep, okay. So, I just saw the season finale of Game of Thrones last night. This fight's for you, Khaleesi. It's been like 3 weeks of training. So I was a little nervous before you do the big fight. Don't want to get hurt, don't want to hurt anybody. It's also pretty excited. You gotta learn like this massive fight we did, broken in 5 sections, and then like 3 other fights. It's really, really cool. And just trying to find Duncan's style and trying to shake off Boba Voss's style. You guys alright? You alright?
Yeah.
Good? No? Hey! Hi! I gotta fight all those guys. Look at their faces.
Do you win, Papa?
Yeah, I'm not gonna show you the end. I'm blown. My mind's blown. The visuals, the lighting. Greg's unbelievable. It's just an honor. Can't believe I'm on this movie. Oh, I'd love just to bring him coffee. You know what I'm saying? Thanks.
He was so giving, and his eyes were very loving, and like it's almost like he was looking at me, analyzing and looking, seeing me as Duncan. Like when I talk to Denis and I'm in character, he's definitely like, you see the 14-year-old, you see his passion, and you see him looking at you like, you are Duncan Idaho, Jason.
Back local.
He's just so very inspired, and I love it. It gets him amped up.
Oh, cool. So she's gonna cut from that one front up right here.
Very clever cut.
Who's wow.
Awesome. Looking at the thing.
Steal that one so
That was
good.
fucking.
Mark it down, steal, that's the deadly. Fuck yeah! Holy shit! Bro!
He's always like, the Momoa's here, and I just try to come home with as much energy as possible, and just not let him down.
Cut. You don't see that in Iowa. Definitely don't see that in Hawaii. What a beautiful world. It was a beautiful way to kind of really get into the character. I wanted to go wander around with my friends. We went out and we would shoot in the desert at night and also in midday, so there were off hours, and I wanted to collect. I got dressed up as the character. We went and found all these nooks and crannies and hiked up these cliffs. Really just got the feeling of being alone and being out there. It was fun just to be a kid and be an actor playing out there and letting my imagination just run wild. And so it was fun with my buddies, and I think they did a really good job at capturing a lot of these images. So I have a problem with sitting still if I'm not creating and making stuff, a little bit crazy. So right now it's 3:30. We broke at 12:30 because the light wasn't right. So I wanted to go out and shoot with my buddies. And look what we discovered on lunch break. We took it back to Denis, and he's like, when did you make this? And I was like, well, we shot it yesterday. We turned it around very quickly, and we showed it to him, and he got so inspired that the next day, he wouldn't let us break, and we went out and shot, which to me is kind of the ultimate. I mean, aside from him picking me, that was definitely one of the greatest moments as an actor, because here's a man who's my absolute idol, an inspiration as a director. I love every movie he's done. I love working with him, and you go out and do something that inspires him. You know, there's just a freedom, and this freedom flow of going out and practicing and trying these things, and he knows every frame of this movie. So to even inspire him to go find something, or just, you know, just to go play so that you can be inspired in the craft of filmmaking. You know, him and Craig Fraser went out and shot, and this image that we did together is in the movie, which was never planned. It was like such a huge honor for him to do that with me, and then for it to make the final cut is just baffling.
I wanted the costume design to be like from another world. Every single little thing had to be designed with the complexity and style.
He didn't want to make a run-of-the-mill sci-fi film. He wanted something more psychological, but it was a big undertaking.
The logistical needs of the film were equal to the creative needs, so we really had to mount a small army to achieve this.
They did over 200 specialty costumes, some of which were very complicated to put together.
I hold at your neck the Gom Jabbar. Remove your hand from the box, and you die.
We looked at tons of medieval references, medieval nuns for the Bene Gesserits. It was a wealth of places from the past to create the future.
One of my favorite images is when the Reverend Mother lands and she walks out of the ship with the following Bene Gesserit women, and they look like scarabs. And it also resembles the harshness of the buildings and the landscape around them.
The Harkonnens had their own colorway. The Atreides had their own colorway. And as we worked with this, we tried to separate those houses.
You never met Harkonnens before. I have. They're not human, they're brutal.
The Harkonnens are very bug-inspired, with layers and scales and crusts. Even their helmet is very ant-like.
Oh, the costume is so good. They're some of the coolest things I've ever worn in a film.
I mean, the costumes were gorgeous. The way they fit everyone.
With the Fremen, the minute you put these robes on, there's a certain regality.
The still suit, it's like heavy duty to make something that's just like a gray thing look so beautiful. I don't know how they did it.
There was something about those still suits that were very practical. I felt myself come to when I put it on.
You've worn a still suit before?
No, this is my first time.
Your desert boots are fitted slip fashion at the ankles. Who taught you to do that?
It seemed the right way.
I think that Denis is making a film classic, and I hope people come away with that feeling that I had watching those movies back in the day.
Seeing films of this scope and of this passion, I hope that we've contributed to that in a meaningful way.
Dune. In cinemas now. Book tickets.